Hey guys, it's Mrs. Smith, and I'm here to show you how to do this week's assignment, which is our next Google app. This one is going to be Google Sheets, and I'll tell you in a minute what that is. All right, so we're in Google Classroom. We're going to click on the Classwork tab. Your assignment is at the top, week of May 11th, Google Sheets, Popular Pets. If you click on this, I tried to condense everything to keep it pretty simple to follow this week. I give you first an explanation of what a Google Sheet is. It's a spreadsheet program. It is used to collect information, which we call data. The information collected can be easily sorted, color-coded, and made into charts. This makes the information easier to read. Your assignment this week is to collect data from your friends and family to see what is the most popular pet. Once you have collected the data, you will use the tools of a spreadsheet to format and analyze your data. Sounds a little trickier than it is. It's really not that hard. You're going to start by clicking here where it says Google Sheets Popular Pets, and that's where you'll find the directions. And then you're going to return here and begin your assignment by clicking on Popular Pets template, which is right here. Okay, so you're going to start by clicking here, Google Sheets Popular Pets. And it's going to open up this slide that has everything you need to know on how to do the assignment. All right, so I broke it down into watch this, read this, and do this to make it as simple as possible. The first one is really short. It's about 3 minutes, and it's a really, really good video showing you exactly what is the purpose of a spreadsheet and a few things that you need to know as far as vocabulary words, columns, rows, and particularly cells. When you're finished with watching the instructions, you're going to click on the read this. It's going to open up written directions. And you are going to need the written directions for this assignment this week. Now that you have the directions read, you are ready to actually go back to Google Classroom to open up the template so you can get started. So you're going back to Google Classroom. You're going to click on the Popular Pets template. It's really quick and easy. All right, I actually filled in the first row for you. All right, so and by the way, see the A, B, C, D up here? Those are called columns, and those are called column headers. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, those are called rows, and those are row headers. And when a column and a row intersect, that is called a cell. So this number 1 right here, this number 1 is inside of A4 cell. And you'll notice I wrote my name over here because I filled in all of the data for myself. Just to give you an example, you can feel free to leave that there or erase it if you have other people that you want to fill in. My feelings won't get hurt. All right, so for me, I have had cats in my life. I don't want to know how many cats I had. I just want to know, yes, I've had cats. So number 1 means yes, and a 0 means no. So in A4, I've had cats, so I'm putting in a 1. I have a dog right now, so in B4, I also put in a 1. We've had lots of fish. C4, I put in a 1. We've had 1 rabbit. D4, I put in a 1. Never had a reptile. F4, I put in a 1 because we've had gerbils and hamsters. And G for other, I used to have a bird a long time ago, so I put a 1 in for bird. So you're just going to go through and fill that out for up to 10 people, like I said. And what you're going to notice, see these numbers down here? These numbers will start to change as you start to fill in these cells. So I'm going to show you an example. Let's say person 2 had cats also. When you put in the 1 and you press the tab key to move over to dogs, you're going to notice that this 1 is going to change to a 2. And the reason for that is because the purpose of a spreadsheet is to collect data and then make it easy to read that data. So in this cell, which is A14, I actually put in what is called a formula. Well, it's actually a function. And this function says that I want you to get me the sum of cells A4 through A13. So it takes all of the numbers that are in A4, A5, A6, A7, and so on down to A13, and it adds them up. So you don't have to do the math. You let the computer do the math for you, which is really awesome. And what you're going to see over here in this max column, I don't want you to bother to fill out these max numbers. But down here, this is going to become important because this is pulling out the max equals max of A14 through G14. So this one is going to tell us which pet was the most popular out of all of your friends and family. All right, so really quickly, once you collect all of your data, then comes the fun stuff. You're ready to make it look nice. And what's really, really awesome is that it's exactly like a Google Doc. You'll notice that your tools up here look pretty much the same. File, edit, view, insert. Then you will start to notice that there are some tools on this toolbar that a Google Doc doesn't have. And the reason for that is because Google Docs don't focus on numbers and data like a Google Sheet does. So these tools allow you to put in dollar signs, percent signs, move your decimal up and back, and so on. All right, so changing your font type, size, and color, exactly the same as a Google Doc. So I'm going to change my font to something that I like. Dancing Script sounds nice. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Make it a little bit darker. Oh, that is black. That's odd. I guess because it's so small. Okay, and changing the color. I mentioned that what I would like you to do is put some shading in the cells because that makes it easier to read. So if you highlight row 4, come up to the bucket and put in a light color so you can read the numbers underneath. And it really looks nice if you alternate the colors, but you don't really have to get that fancy if you don't want to. But if you do, feel free. All right, so change your font type, size, color, add some shading to the background of the cells. And then in row 2, in these big blocks, I want you to put some pictures. So in A2, I'm going to put a picture of a cat. Insert, image, same exact way that we do a Google Doc. There is one little step that's a little bit different. You have a choice to put it over the cell, which means it's going to be very large, or inside of the cell. I like to put it inside of the cell for this example. Feel free to be as creative as you want to be. You can do cartoon animals, you can do sports teams, you can do real photographs. I'm going to do clip art images. They're my favorite, in case you haven't noticed. All right, so I'm going to put in kitten clip art. And find the one that I like. Insert. And then I'm going to move on to the dog. Okay, so now that I have images in all of my animal locations in row 2, I'm ready to analyze my data. So right now I only have data in for one person, but for you, you're going to have the data in there for 5 to 10 people. And you're going to scroll under your chart and you'll see 2 questions. Question number 1, what is the most popular pet of your family and friends? And I told you basically, you're probably going to be able to see it pretty easily, but if you look in the last column where it has the max number, whatever number matches that is going to be the one that is the highest. Max means maximum. So the one with the highest number is the most popular. And then question number 2, do you think your answer would reflect the same for the United States of America? Meaning, if your most popular pet with your family and friends is a cat, do you think that's the same in the United States? So think about that and then click on this link to read an article, which will give you the answer. It might surprise you. All right, and then when you're all done, you're going to go back to Google Classroom and you're going to click, whoops, I got it. I didn't click view assignment. So in the assignment, you are going to make sure that you click the turn in button, and then I will have your beautifully collected and formatted spreadsheet. Have a great week, guys. I'll talk to you soon.